Welcome in. It's the Positively Petland Show, AM 800, KXIC 816. Hope you're doing well. We'll wake you up with everything you need to know about. Good morning, Ron. How you doing?
Good morning. Doing very, very
good. I'm feeling great here this morning. It was a fun morning. Just gave away a prize, and that made me just remember. And I always, it happens pretty much daily where I get so. The phrase gets so close to the forest, you don't see the trees. I always am thinking when I'm talking about stories here that we're in the Iowa City area in about a 20-mile bubble is what I kind of think about when I'm thinking of our listeners. Eskimo. I mean, that was when our winner was from there, and it works in Fairfield. It's 50 miles. I don't know. I got to do a quick search to see how far away that is. It sounds south out near Ottumwa, and out we get calls from Illinois. I know we've had on this show, and we had someone traveling through. Remember, we had the caller who had his dog with him. Yeah. In the car going to California. So you never know who's listening. It's always fun to think about that.
I've listened to this show from Chicago.
Yeah.
I think I listened to this show while I was in Florida.
And that's, of course, with the magic of the iHeartRadio.
There we go. Yeah, so you can listen to
it. You can literally listen worldwide. Our signal itself, though, and I didn't ask him, maybe he was listening on the iHeartRadio, but he was driving, I think. So
yeah, I got it.
Our signal is pretty strong in eastern Iowa, though. We go all the way across this area in eastern Iowa, up into Cedar Rapids, Waterloo, and then out east into Illinois. At least I've caught it 30 miles into Illinois before. So sometimes I forget there's people just looking for news. They're looking for some entertainment, some fun. Pet show. It's this type of show that a lot of people can relate to. So it's just fun. So thanks to wherever you're listening from. Thank you very much here on the Positively Petland Show. We're ready. Hey, what I want to remind everybody about is don't forget Fido here and Muffin or whoever you have on your Christmas list. Got to have the stockings for the dogs and cats, right? Don't forget them.
Don't forget them. And there is so many cool things that you can get for your pets.
I bet you're busy this time of year, aren't you?
Yeah, this is a very, very large supply month. People coming in and getting those special treats. And, a lot of people that might have been getting the same old kind of thing all year long, this month they go, hey, what do you got that's special? And I guess I didn't plan on it because I've done it in the past, but I can run down some special little toys that you can get, maybe a little different than what you've gotten in the past. And that way you can change it up for Fido or Muffin. I like Muffin. Muffin on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve and all that kind of stuff. So
I was picturing Muffin as the cat.
I was.
Fido is the dog.
So I was picturing a little cream Pekingese.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
Just say one word and how you picture them.
Ooh, it went right into my head.
Yeah, it's funny. So in our case, it's Lucy and Zoe. And so we love our two cats. Lucy's the gray and white cat. Zoe's the orange and white troublemaker. That was the outdoor cat at one point for about 6 weeks of her life. She lived outside, so she learned some of those tricks and
little sass.
Drives her nuts when she sees the birds.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's got a little bit of that outdoor.
So I thought all cats looked out the windows. Our cat, Gilbert the cat, named after Caillou's cat.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I think you maybe did say that.
I think, so it'll be like middle of the day or even at night. All of a sudden we'll hear, and then whack. And it's like somebody's breaking the window, and it's Gilbert because he sees another cat or a bird or something, and he's like, I want it right now. We're like, wow, you love that stuff. So it's fun. It's fun. A little sometimes gets your heart going, but it's fun.
So you're not going to forget Gilbert this holiday season.
No, right? Gilbert always gets something special because cats, they kind of keep to themselves. They, they're just not a needy pet house goes. The dogs are what are always, yeah, another one? Can I have another one? Yeah. Do you got anything more over there? While Gilbert just kind of sits in the corner and goes, I'll wait my turn. Don't you worry. And so we'll get something very special for Gilbert. He'll have a blast.
I love it. So we want to remind everybody out there, stop by Petland if I would say this holiday season, pick something up for your pets. And today you've got some topics to talk about, right? The American Eskimo is going to be our breed of the week. So if you have one, call us up, 319-354-0800. Let us know about your dog. If tell us a little bit about it. You can always email the show, news@kxic.com. But besides the breed of the week,
we'll do a little bit of a toy review, and then I wanted to hit the fish topic because you said you might get back into the fish, and so we're going to go into the fish idea a little more. Last week we went into all small animals, puppies, kittens, dog, fish, reptiles, all that kind of stuff on different pets that you can get. We were focusing more of what's your speed. So is it a betta fish or is it a rabbit, or on up the ladder as far as how much maintenance am I going to have to do. Today I wanted to bring it right back down to the fish category and say, hey, I know some people here, you got that green thumb as far as plants go. Some people don't have that fish thumb, or whatever you would call it there. And you had mentioned that you have a little difficulty in that area.
We have, and that's why if we do go back, we're going to put dip our toe into the aquarium, look slower, just to make sure we don't do what last time we were all excited about it, and we probably didn't do maybe as much research as we should have. But we thought we knew what we were doing. Just we were doing what we thought was right, and this fish didn't have the longest lifespan.
So we'll cover that. I got some questions that I want to ask you and just kind of go through that process, and I bet you through that you'll go, oh, okay. I think that's what we did.
Maybe.
And I don't know, but we'll find out if we can identify where you're.
The music from the aquarium tip here, so here, listen.
There we go.
Like that.
Yes.
The bubbles. We'll talk fish a little bit later on this morning, so that's cool. Well, of course, the Amazing Pet Story, we'll do that and have some fun this morning for the Positively Petland Show. Thanks for tuning in. It's 21 degrees at the KXIC studios. And big voice guy, we got to bring him in. It's time for the Amazing Pet Story of the week. And he's wearing, he's got antlers on today. He's in a big red note ball on his nose.
Not just any antlers, man. What are those, like 6 feet tall?
Are those the ones you carry at the store? The elk antlers that they chew on?
Yeah. He's trying to sell them or something. I don't know what that's all about.
Big voice guy. What do you got?
Such a goofy guy.
Come on, Rudolph. What do you have for us today? Oh, there we go. Thank you.
His nose lit up while he was saying that.
Can you believe it? Is that electronic? How did he get that? You never know what big voice guy comes up with, He's got this red nose. Every time he yells, it just lights up. All right, so the Amazing Pet Story of the week. We are going to go to Pennsylvania today. Pennsylvania and some homemade pumpkin pie, right?
Oh,
Brookville, Pennsylvania. Joe Muck had lost his vision after enduring type 1 diabetes. Roxanne was carefully trained as a guide dog, which we've talked in the past about the guide dog and how special they really are, truly becoming members of the family. And there's a special bond between anyone who has guide dogs, and they're truly part of the family. This faithful Labrador helped save this blind owner from a blood sugar crash. Now, what happened was he went out on an evening walk, and this is a woman, Roxanne. She went out on the evening walk and wouldn't get in her harness, kept laying down and putting a head on the legs. Now, Mock finally managed to coax the dog outside, and when they went outside, the sugar crash. I'm sorry, I screwed this up. The boy, the woman, or female? Mock is a handler, so that would be the male, right?
Yeah. Do we need to go back to school and learn male or female?
No, it's not. Okay. That was a really funny moment in the show. But anyway, so here's the deal. He's Joe Mock is the man, and he's not outside. So he's one who collapsed. He was crawling back to his house, fighting for consciousness, and Roxanne, the female dog, I'm not saying for a certain reason, but anyway, madly licked his hands and dragged him back home by the leash. Remember to get the front door open, he came to grab the syringe of glue gum, and he said he was about to pass out, but was able to get that because of the help of Roxanne. So very, very cool.
I am confused, Jay. I'll have to admit on that.
About that. That's my fault.
Who had the glycemic attack? The guy, the person?
Yes.
Let's just go back to the person and dog.
I'll willingly give myself. That was terrible.
So the dog had a warning. It was trying to give a warning at the beginning. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't go. You're crashing here. I can tell you're crashing.
Yes.
But you don't know it yet.
And then when it did get outside, so he made the dog may have known some stuff, but then when he crashed, it's really when the dog got
And then you said grabbed him by the leash. How? So the guy had maybe the leash around his hand.
Dragged him back home by her leash. So he either had him in his hand and he was pulling on him.
So it was probably wrapped around the person's wrist.
Yeah.
And then the dog took a hold of it, and from the by the arm the person was being dragged by the arm via the leash.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're thinking.
And pulled it into the front.
So we had that moment of understanding there.
So I confuse our listeners on that one. So I give myself the buzz.
It was good.
The dog saved the person.
We all love you, Jay.
Go.
You're good. You're good.
Was that too? Not from the emails I get sometimes.
Oh, don't listen.
I'm just kidding. A lot of people that like the show too. All right, we'll be back with more after this. AM 800 KXIC. It's the Positively Petland Show. We're having fun. It's the American Eskimo, which is the breed of the week. If you have one, 319-354-0800, 319-354-0800. That's the phone number to call if you want to tell us about your American Eskimo. Tell us the name of the dog, a little bit about your dog, and we'll set you up with a free bag of treats, a free bag of dog food, courtesy of Nutro, plus all the things that Ron talked about as well. As we're going to dive into the Positively Petland Show. The second part of the show is coming up next hour, next segment, AM 800 KXIC. I'll try to learn how to talk over the break. Jeez. Yeah, that.
Oh, yes.
I guess when you're a smooth designer, it's bound to happen every once in a while. So, one of the things we'll do is transition and just ask for emails. From that point on, can't take phone calls. But what we can do is we can, and that would allow for some questions to kind of steer the show if we do get emails, and if we don't, we can kind of make up an email just kind of
Spark it.
Steer the show. Like Joe in Cedar Rapids is wondering, his dog keeps doing this, so we can help Joe, and then hopefully get real emails from that, because that tends to happen.
I wonder if we can use that. Do you do ads for that show?
Yeah. So
maybe you say, hey, send an email.
Yeah, and a lot of that stuff's going to be running because the New Year's will show so many questions from people. I'm just dreading it, really.
Don't dread it.
I'm dreading the feedback because people are so
embrace the change. That's all you can do.
Kick and scream, basically. No, but I just know I've done this long enough. I know when you make a pretty major change like this, there's a lot of people that want to know what's the deal. Where's the pet show? Like, you know what I mean? Like whoever likes this shows will be like, hey, where's the pet show? I tuned in on Thursday. I'll there the sports, and so right now, specifically during this, like if you fast forward to a couple of weeks from now, we're going to be sitting here doing a show, and this is a sports show on. So during that sports show, I'm going to have this thing, looking for the pet show, tune in this Sunday. So we'll say a lot of those, and just kind of try and catch that audience that's tuning in specifically for that. Like, hey, where to go? And then remind them that that's what it is. Who else is throughout the week? But specifically, it is important during the time that people are looking for it. And the Downtown Dish is one of them. I know that's such a popular show. That's one of them really dreading, because that show is going to be gone. I mean, it's going to be 6 o'clock that night, so people are going to want to hear it on their morning ride. But I'm going to try and use this as an opportunity to embrace this new movement of technology anyway, because
I've been thinking of this.
The podcast itself, the Downtown Dish, I can make that available right after we finish at 9 o'clock in the morning, so people can listen to it right now. Yeah, so they can still listen to it in the morning, but they can't listen to it on the radio until 6 o'clock that night. So it's kind of like, if you get with the technology, you can get the bonus of hearing it early. You know what I mean? It's kind of same thing with this show. We can do it, and I can get it right up after we're done, and then we can tell people, hey, if you missed, if you're looking for the pet show, you can tune in on Sunday. Well, you can also just go to our website and get it right now.
Well, you can actually go right
or
now.
Or go watch it on that. Yeah.
Hey, just want to let you know we'll be recording. Oh, I guess you don't want to say that, do you? We're recording the pet show that'll air on Sunday right now. Would you say something like that? Don't you want to portray it as live?
No,
we can work with
we're
it.
not going to pretend it's live. I don't like doing that, so I think we'll have to work on that. But the really, as you have been talking about in the past, of your usage of technology, same with me, is I've really changed even in the last couple of years. Where I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I don't really care when they're doing it. You know what I mean? And
right. You can
that.
subscribe to each one of these podcasts that we're talking about here. Right. I have subscribed to mine and to the Downtown Dish and all that.
Yeah, I don't even know that, and that's funny because as close as I am to this, I didn't know you need to do that to get reminded that they send it to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, iTunes, yours. They always kind of joke, we'll sneak into your phone and put it in your phone overnight. Yeah. Is the way they portray it or whatever.
That's cool. So again, that is a definite bright side. It's not like it's gone. Like if I would be much more upset if they said 8 o'clock, everything that was in that hour is gone. They were moving on, so they're saying 8 o'clock hour, we're going to put this very popular sports show, which it is a very popular show, and those shows still have a home, but it's just people are going to have to do this at 6.
Yeah, but you're not going to say you can watch YouTube right now live because you're detracting from our show.
But I can say go to our website. I can also put the link. Go to pixsc.com and we'll put the YouTube link or whatever it is. And then they are going through it.
Yeah, I'd have to I think it's easy. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. So
the live link.
That's all stuff we're going to work on and try and hit this part of the show, which is definitely a little tiny fragment. We should try to make some efforts to ramp up that part of it, that whole watch us and see these puppies,
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that we haven't. I mean, it's there for people, but I guess not many people watching.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now, I'd have to listen, but I don't think they hear us. I believe because I'm taking the feed from your board, they're hearing us. Yeah. So that's another thing that we might play with. And
yes.
I was just.
It all becomes more important now that I used to think.
And you had mentioned, maybe thing.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, there's nothing, no money in it at all.
Right.
But you, at a minimum, learn the technology and how to work that industry.
Right. I have all of the technical experience. I mean, I can edit it and I can do all kinds of fun, good stuff with the audio. I'm not worried about that part of it, but the whole business itself.
Right. It's how to get it to be seen.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people can do the artistic aspects of it.
Yeah. And it doesn't really take that much. It's a microphone, and I'm better than most at trying to get edited stuff, putting some fun sound and music and all that kind of stuff. But none of that matters.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see where this goes, but there's I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But let's talk a couple of things here. We have 20 minutes left to show of all the stuff that we talked about. We'll do the Santa thing after we're done. Okay. And then next week's show is on Christmas Day. Do you want to re-air this show, or do you want to record something special, or want me to find a best of?
What I did for what we're doing for the TV is I'm actually going on Monday
to record.
No, they just are doing it live because they have a different format on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm. So do we. Well, yes. So Christmas Day, I'm not going to 6A to 6P with 12 hours of Mannheim Steamroller Christmas music.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
I saw that.
Yeah, but I need material as well. I guess what I want to say.
Well, do you want me to come in and after that show?
Material. Yeah, if you'd like. What day is that? Monday.
Monday, 22nd.
I could use some material created especially for probably will either be used on Christmas Eve or Friday the 26th. I have a couple hours to fill with local material, and I have some other scheduled guests I have coming just specifically for that.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, Mayor and Lundell and Corval did our 2014 year in review. It's like 20 minutes of I'll just go back to January, went all the way through the year of different events that took place. I'm going to air that, some of the special programming. And so I'm just looking for some good filler stuff to play with the holidays.
Yeah.
So if you want to come by, you can do a special show.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what it would be other than
I
like
think
our normal.
what you were just talking about would be fun, but some fun, because you're not going to have a lot of time today probably to talk about. But
Okay, so let's do the abbreviation of this.
We'll do the fun toys. Bring some product. Just play around with some, happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
And that's what I can also, and then I'll tie that into the other show. I did a little bit of that last time. It's it'll be good.
Okay.
It'll all be fresh.
Yeah, just something different instead of re-airing the show. That's my thought. So.
Official all press is the new head coach of Wisconsin after going 19 and 19 in 3 seasons at Pittsburgh. He qualified as quarterback and 2 prior stints as an assistant coach for the Badgers, leading up to coordinator job from 2005 to 2011. He was down to the situation confirming the Chicago Bears with best quarterback Jake Cutler and Chip Cross in the Sunday against Detroit. Cutler was the NFL with 24 turnovers. You can hear the Bears and Lions Sunday starting around 30. Have a great morning. Thanks for the time to be here.
Peterson. Oh, welcome back. It's the Positively Petland Show. I'm Jay Capron. We have Ron Solzer here with Petland of Iowa City, second half of the show. We'd love to hear from anyone out there that has an American Eskimo. That's the breed of the week. Beautiful breed. We'll find out what they're all about coming up. And, of course, Ron's got some other great topics to talk about, too. And we'd love to hear from you this morning if you'd like to contribute to the Positively Petland Show here on KXIC. It's 1 week till Christmas Day. Ron, is your Christmas list checked off? We did talk about the dogs and cats, but the other members of your family, are you all ready to go? Do you have some shopping left to do?
I talked to Santa about that a long time ago. And I've trusted Santa for 49 years now, and he's always come through. So
he's going to take care of your Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Good deal. You have some shopping left to do here, too. But,
what? I'm sorry, what did you just say? Shopping? Santa does all that. Santa!
I know him. Santa.
I know him.
Jack wants a bike from Santa.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite present that you remember from when you were a kid?
Nintendo.
What? It was?
It was a Nintendo.
Okay.
But my bike was very big too.
Mine?
But Nintendo was one of those things because it was expensive and, we didn't get one when all the kids got it, so for us it was a big deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were late in the game.
The bike is definitely up there. Top 3.
Mine was my purple bike with the banana seat. It was the Schwinn, I don't even know, Spider or whatever they called it back then.
I got a Huffy, and it was black, and I still remember to this day too. Yeah.
Mine is. Do you remember seeing it like underneath the Christmas tree? Yeah. I remember being upstairs, and we had a split level house or something, so it was only like a half a story up, and you can get an angle, like because we were not allowed to go down there, so I could get an angle. I saw this huge Santa had wrapped the entire bike. Like I was like, look at that! I know what that is. I could see it. And purple was by far my favorite color ever. And when I ripped that thing apart, it's a purple bike. It was.
Jack wants a red bike. So.
Red.
We will
Fire
see.
engine red.
Yeah, but that's.
He's going to be the Porsche driver in the future.
Oh, don't say that. I'm worried enough about him to learn how to ride it. I'm going to be like,
no.
He'll figure it out. I know, but I remember how many times I fell. I mean, just part of the deal.
Oh, I won't tell you that I went to the hospital.
You turned into a dirt bike rider, so I mean, you really enjoyed riding on 2 wheels.
Oh yeah. And
I'm guessing you're one of those stunt guys, like to jump off ramps and stuff.
As a kid, I was all over that. Yeah,
we did that a lot too.
Had too many close encounters when you were doing all that, and then you come home and mom, looks at your face and goes, "You got a blemish on you. You got the scratch." Yeah, it was not a big deal.
Almost broke my neck.
Yeah.
My wife is listening, by the way.
Well, it doesn't matter whether you come off a jump or not. Andrew had the best wipeout ever.
Best?
Oh my goodness! It was. He had a smaller bike. Is Jack going to do a smaller bike, or is this like?
He has a smaller one. This is the one he's asking for is a 20-inch.
Yeah, a little bigger.
A little bigger.
I think they're actually safer because Andrew was on his small bike, and the turning radius is a lot tighter, which means it's actually a little less stable. And he went down a hill. And you know how you get into the swap back and forth where the wheel goes back and forth?
If that front wheel turns all the way, though.
Well, he got into the swap where it was going back and forth because he was going too fast. And I just like gently yelled out, "Hit the brake," just so I didn't panic him.
Yeah.
He didn't hit the brake. And he went into the swap. The wheel did turn. He was on his face, feet up over his head, just grinding his face. I mean, I was like, "Oh no, this is not good." And silence, and you're like, because he's starting to realize what just happened. And he was wearing a helmet. Our kids were required.
Yes.
That was Daddy saying, "Hey, Daddy learned the lesson. Wear a helmet. It works." And but then it all came out, and Mom had to step in at that point and give a lot of comforting.
Yes, I've had some wipeouts too. It's hard growing up. I know. It's just I know that's not something I want to do.
No, Moms never look forward to that.
I don't either, though. I'm telling you, I remember. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on here. We should talk pets here.
Let's talk pets.
So this is the Positive Pet Life Show. That's Ron Salzer with Petland of Iowa City, and today the breed of the week is the American Eskimo.
The American Eskimo. What I find fascinating with all of these journeys of these breeds is just kind of picturing it in my head, the breed as it's transferred over continents over many, many years. And the American Eskimo comes from the Spitz family, which originates Europe, but prior to that, it's more Siberia type area that it comes from. So you could just picture how it migrated, whether it was with people or on its own. The Spitz breed is one of those breeds where they think it was actually developed naturally. It's very close to the wolf, but don't be afraid of that aspect. The Spitz family is generally a nice breed. It's not an aggressive breed. But so it comes across the continent. It was known as the German Spitz. This American Eskimo that we know today was known as the German Spitz or the German Eskimo. But because of World War II, that name just got tainted.
Yeah, sure.
And so we turned it into the American Eskimo as the name, but it's the same breed as back then as well. So it's
something every day.
Yeah, I thought
they're all white.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, American Eskimos. Yeah. Yes. The Spitz family does have other colors, but the American Eskimo is a white dog.
What color are their eyes? Brown.
I believe it's a dark. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't have that off the top of my head here. We can figure that out.
We'll figure it out.
Yes, those questions that I'm not. It's a black nose, white dog.
4 legs.
Thank you. So the American Eskimo, is this the right breed for you? We primarily see miniature Eskimos around this area. So it's a mid to smaller size dog. And it's a wonderful, energetic dog that will engage you as far as the family goes. It is a shedding dog. And so if this is not something that you're looking forward to as far as shedding goes, then the American Eskimo is definitely not your dog. If you know the Pomeranian, which is also kind of in that Spitz family, but a much smaller version, the Eskimo is just a bigger version, a larger version of that.
They have black, darker eyes, by the way.
Okay, black darker. That's a good technical term. And so that's one aspect that you want to pay attention to as far as the shedding aspects. The exercise, while the miniature Eskimo will be fine in an apartment or condo, it will love to go for those long walks. So you will have to have that as part of your daily regime, as getting the energy out of that Eskimo, so that it's not all pent up in there and like you're like, oh my gosh, this Eskimo's got so much energy. It just needs to get out and let that energy out on your nice long walks and stuff like that. So if that's something that you're, hey, I'm committed, I need to take those long walks. The American Eskimo as well needs to take those long walks. Hey, that's a good bond and a good commitment to make. Small yards and all that kind of stuff is another nice thing to have for the American Eskimo. And then that the grooming aspect, like I said, it is kind of that average shedding dog. But daily grooming, you're going to need to, if you want to keep that shed that's, that accumulates on clothing or on couches, you have to daily brush this guy down, use the Furminator once a week, and you will have a minimum amount of shedding, but that'll be part of your daily routine.
The owners that own these, I call them SPs. SPs,
yep.
Companion dog. They say that, what was the one dog that you always say is the circus dog, known as the circus dog?
The Bichon. Right. This one comes from the same thing.
They say that they were once used as circus dogs too. One of the issues that you may have, and this is something we've talked about, and I know Ron can help you out, whether you have an American Eskimo or any other type of dog that has this problem, are tear stains. Like a white coat.
Anything with a white coat, yeah.
An issue, and if you have a dog that has those very dark tear stains coming from their eyes, there are some things you can do by just put something in the diet.
Right. Well, there's a 3 or 4 prong approach to, if you have tear stains. I met a gentleman this last week that has a white dog, a Bichon Frise, and I said, oh, I can help you out with those tear stains if you have them. And he goes, you know what? I like them. What's character in the dog? I was like, hey, that's great for embracing that. He goes, I do wipe them down because I don't want the mucousy boogers thing going on. He goes, but the red streaks, he goes, that's just character in the dog. I love it. I'm like, that's the way to do it. If you're concerned about them or you want to minimize them, the first thing is the diet that you're feeding. I found with my own dog, I do with Susie for other reasons. We do a grain-free diet for her. And I noticed when I changed the protein source that was in there, the tear stains went away a lot. And then I even went back to the other protein source that was producing the tear stains more. And sure enough, they became more intense again. So I was finding the diet does have an impact on it. What that tear stain is it's a secretion that comes from the eye. The redness and everything is actually a bacterial reaction that you see. And that's what produces that. So it's something that you can definitely wipe away, but it's like the odor in our armpits. I know that's kind of an odd way to do it. It's not something you're going to get rid of, but you can maintain it.
Right, left it up, Ron.
Yeah. Oh, nobody's ever said that. So it's in that saying it's a bacterial issue, and so food is the first thing. Second thing is trimming the hair around the eyes. Is a nice way to be able to maintain it. For my own dog, it's at least once a week. I use a very small trimmer. Some guys will use it on their beards and stuff like that. That's the kind of trimmer I'm talking about. It's totally safe. You can put your finger and all that kind of stuff on the blade and nothing ever happens. So it's a safe tool to use around the eyes. You're not going to damage anything or anything. So trimming the hair is the second thing. Food source, try different food sources. And trimming the eye, and then a daily wipe of that area. And so I have little wipes, little paw wipes that I use for the eye area that we have in the store. And every morning, Susie gets fed, and right when she's done, I then wipe her eyes off real quick, and then she trowels off down outside and does her business. So wipes. Then the fourth thing is supplements, and so there are tear stain supplements that will work to some degree. Some it will totally eliminate out of your dog. In mine, I didn't find that case. I've used all the different supplements, the tear staining, the angel eyes, and all that. It minimized it a little bit, so I do use them. but it didn't totally eliminate that tear stain from them. So that's my 4-pronged approach to tear stain.
Holy gosh, Fresh, I apologize for that.
No, that's a good one.
So that is the American Eskimo. Cute dog. Looks like it's about 30 pounds or so.
Yeah, depending, there's toy miniatures and standards. And what you'll see around town here are mainly the miniatures, the mid-sized American Eskimos, which are in that 15 or so pounds.
That's our breed of the week. So what else do you have?
We wanted to, let's see here, what time do we have? You know what, let's talk next week about toys and things like that. But there are a lot of really cool toys that you can get your dog or cat. To mention a few, hey, if you are like that squeaker is just out of control, get an ultrasonic. Look for those ultrasonic squeakers. We have them in our store. And we have in our store, what I liked about the manufacturer on that one is they have durable ones. There's like a strong ultrasonic squeaker in there where that dog can take a long time to get through that one. And they have the normal ones for those non-chewers that just want to hear it. That they've got those as well. Chirpy Chews, that's that yak cheese product. When you give this thing to your dog, it's like giving them ice cream. You'll like, oh, I just want to sit back and watch this. This is hilarious. Water buffalo horns. If you've been doing the antlers and all that kind of stuff, you got to try the water buffalo horns that we have in the store now. That's something brand new. Again, in our store, all the antlers and the horns and all that kind of stuff naturally fallen. So these deer or the elk, or in this case, the water buffalo, that's when they shed them and then somebody goes and picks them up off the ground.
Like we're out there chopping.
No, nobody's hacking anything on those things. So there's some ideas for the dogs. For the cat, just get the cat banana. If you have not tried that thing, it's just unbelievably hilarious. It is a canvas toy that is just packed full of a really highly potent catnip. My cat just goes crazy and like is flinging that thing around the house, and so it's just fun. We do have a special cat wand by the Bird, the manufacturer. This, when I use this cat wand on my own cat, and this was a couple years ago, for the first time in 10 years, Gilbert did a backflip. I had never seen him do it. I wasn't like planning on it or anything, but I was whacking it around, up above him, and all of a sudden Gilbert did a backflip just trying to catch the thing. So it was really
good. Land on his feet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Last thing I want to ask you, because we are pretty much out of time. What about treats for cats? Do you have anything fun like for them to eat?
Oh, yeah. There's all sorts of a variety of, depending on what you're trying to do as far as that. So
I'm thinking stocking stuffers here. I'm thinking
yeah. Oh, we've got probably 10 different chews or treats for your cat. Literally, I've got treats that are so attractive to cats that you can train your cat with. Just like we train with a dog, you can train with this treat with your cat. I've trained Gilbert on a couple of things just to go. I just noticed that he was like, when I would get that bag out, he'd like have his nose in the bag.
And that's what it is with our cats. Like when they hear us get the treats out, we have the greenies from, is that neutral?
Yeah,
they love those.
Oh, those are intense.
Yeah, but I was wondering just for something new for the holidays, some kind of fun.
Something fun and for a cat, and it takes them a little bit to figure it out, is we've got fish skins. And I know this sounds like kind of gross. Not bad. I'm kind of sensitive to that stuff, and I don't mind it. I also give some of this stuff to Gilbert, and if he doesn't finish it right away, I'll put it in a baggie or something to contain it. But the fish skins, he didn't know what to do or even think about this thing.
Are they food?
Yeah, it's real. It's a dehydrated fish, and it's got a little bit of meat on it, but then it's primarily the skin part.
I bet they love those.
Yeah. Oh, once he figured it out, he was like, dude, this is like, I feel like I'm out in the wild.
Right.
So that's a really unique gift, and I think it's a really appropriate gift for a cat. But I realize it takes him a little bit to figure it out. But you know what? I was really happy with that.
Okay.
So that's a nice little one.
All right. Well, we're almost out of time. Is there anything else you wanted to mention?
I don't know if we've got time for the fish.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll make a little extra time here for you.
What I wanted to go is, the first question you need to answer when you're thinking of fish, and hey, I know I want to do it, is what kind of fish did you want to get? And And Jay, does your family, what kind of fish? You either can describe it in color or you can describe it in nature.
I know what we got. First time we got the ones that had the they're very
Beta?
their tails were a little longer than you would think. I can't think of what they're called.
Those beta fish are like
it wasn't a beta though. Shoot, I wish I would have. It's not a guppy. What was it?
Fantail guppies.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah, that might be it. So those are what in the live bearer category. And beta is a nice, easy fish to start with.
Beta, I know that.
So that's the first question you gotta figure out, because that's going to dictate the rest of the environment.
Right.
So let's say you pick like a cichlid and you go, well, I think they're really cute and really colorful. Colorful is why people pick cichlids. But they get to be kind of big. This is like a 5-inch fish. And so if you say, I really want the cichlid, that's what I'm all about, you're not going to get a 10-gallon aquarium at that point. But if you gotta go bigger. But let's say you say, you know what, the guppy is my speed. Okay, well then a 10-gallon aquarium is the route we can go on that, or a little smaller. Let's say you went with the guppy and the fancy guppy, so that it's got some color with it. Yeah. I like the aspect that it'll have babies, and I can talk to my child about that. But you know what? I want 20 of these little guys. I want it just teeming with fish. Guppies are fairly inexpensive, so you could do that with them and under budget and all that. You're probably going to get a 30-gallon. So you see how that's going to impact what size tank.
A couple fish. So size of tank.
So size of tank is dictated by what are you looking for as far as fish. You also want to think about the placement. Where is this tank going to go? So if you're thinking this little nightstand, well, maybe a 30-gallon tank isn't. So you might have to backtrack. So these are the things you want to think of on the front end. Now, let's say you went with an abundance of fish. Then you got to think about filtration. These are the questions that we'll go through with you in the store. Let's say you go, well, I like that, but I like what I see here. I like all the decorations and everything. Because I know when I was a little kid, when I set it up, I got gravel, and that was it. Yeah. And so we can work with you, and we're going to talk with you about, did you want live plants in there? Well, you might have plants in your house, and you're more of a green thumb type person as far as that. Yeah, I would love to have. Yeah. Now we got to talk about lighting and saying, okay, we need a UV and
temperature of water. I know
temperature is going to play,
and changing the water. That was part of
changing
what I was.
How much is too much?
I think almost every time the house bells run for those fish was right after a water change.
That, and I can tell you exactly that was what killed them, because
thanks,
whoops, we just exposed Jay right there.
Well, fish killer.
There's a bacterial benefit of maintaining the old water in there. Right. So you only.
And I know I didn't do that. I knew enough to keep the old water, the new stuff in.
Yeah, but maybe you changed too much of it, and then it got too janky as far as the bacteria goes, a little ammonia spike, and that's lethal to the fish. But there's ways of cushioning those changes, and we could talk about that with you as far as how to put some buffer in there so that you don't have that spike in ammonia and that kills off fish. And it's a lot of why people have their fish die is because of this. We'll show you how to prevent that.
So what you're saying is there's people in that land, whether it's you or the other counselor there, that can provide these answers. So that's good news. If you want to get a fish, talk to them. Don't just buy the fish and put them in the tank and expect everything to go okay. You got to know a little bit about what you're doing.
And it's easy stuff.
And I'll take a little lesson there, and next time. We are really short on time, so I got to get going. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate
Thank you.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Very good. That's the Positive Petland Show. Check it out. They're located right here at the Sycamore Mall, a.k.a. the Iowa City Marketplace. AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City. This has been the Positive Petland Show. Bye.